And welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swatt with the Sacramento Report. In the next few minutes, we're going to bust down some myths about California's immigrant population. My guest this segment is Betty Yee, an elected member of the State Board of Equalization. Thanks very much for being with us.
Thank you, Steve. Pleasure to be here.
So as we tape this interview, it is one day after about 500 or so California immigrants came to Sacramento, held a huge rally on behalf of a number of bills that are pending in the legislature regarding immigrants. And so we thought this might be a good opportunity to talk about that issue. And it's hard. I don't really think about it, but 10 million Californians are immigrants.
That's right. That's right. California is home to more than 10 million immigrants, and about more than 1 in 4 Californians are foreign-born here.
And in more recent years, the Asian immigration to California outpaces Mexican immigration.
That's right. Mexican, Latin American immigrants. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So what are some of the myths that you would like to bust about California's immigrant population?
Well, I think oftentimes there is a misunderstanding with respect to some of the contributions that immigrants are making to our society and in our communities. And for one, I think just when you look at the immigrant population altogether, it is most immigrants in California are documented, and I know there's the federal immigration debate that is occurring right now, but here in California we have, of the 10 million immigrants, about 27% are undocumented, so the majority are documented. And as we said, more recent immigrants are coming from Asia, and so a lot of focus on the Latin American countries, particularly Mexico, as the home country for many immigrants. And also immigrants are more likely than U.S.-born residents to be employed, but earn less money. So when you look at the job situation for immigrants, they definitely are much more employable, but their earnings are much less.
If you go back to 1994 and Proposition 187, which was on the ballot and was passed by the voters, one of the big arguments was that immigrants, primarily undocumented, are a drain on our treasury because they get some assistance but don't contribute. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
No, no. In fact, many of our public assistance programs for non-citizens, the eligibility is not even there for non-citizens. And for those programs that are available for non-citizens, there are oftentimes very lengthy wait times. Now, for example, Medicaid, our cash assistance programs, CalWorks and the like, eligibility is very, very limited for our undocumented population.
And don't most, or at least more than half of California's undocumented documented immigrants pay taxes?
Yes, absolutely. And in fact, they pay taxes not only in terms of what may be withheld from their paychecks, but also as they spend as consumers, certainly are paying a higher proportion of their earnings in sales tax.
But as you mentioned earlier, they're not eligible for certain benefits, such as Social Security.
That's right. That's right. So in terms of over time, the cost per immigrant really is not commensurate with the benefits that they actually contribute.
And they cannot claim a tax refund.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah. Interesting. So a number of these bills are moving through the legislature.
Yes.
The so-called Trust Act, which it deals with law enforcement and deportation.
Yes.
Would you like to see many of these bills passed?
Well, I think there is a growing awareness, particularly in urban communities, that there probably needs to be some statewide policy around how we deal with these issues. So I think some clarity around that for local jurisdictions would be good. All
right. Well, Betty Yee, member of the Board of Equalization, thank you very much for coming by and talking about this important issue. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Steve, very much.
And thanks to our viewers for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. A reminder, you can see this and other interviews on My Government On Demand, also on YouTube. I'm Steve Swatt. Have a great day.